Today, we're going to answer the question if you should work with first-time homebuyers at all.
We're actually bringing out some truths, peel back the layers of all this fluff.
Shining the light on this industry as a whole. Maybe you should stay away from it.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw and Uncut. This is episode 137. I'm Byron Lazine, he's Tim Barre, and today we have Lucy Ukalova from the team joining us on this special Real Estate Raw and Uncut. Right, Lucy?
Very special.
You seem pumped about this.
Yeah, good topic.
You got the energy, some good energy. You got some insight on
Lucy's
this one.
bringing all the energy.
Right.
So-
It's Monday.
Here's the thing,
It's Monday morning, you know. We gotta have the juju.
gotta have it. Here's the thing, the question is, should you work with first-time homebuyers? I would imagine on the other side of this lens, everybody's screaming, yes, you should work with first-time homebuyers, right? Because they're gonna give you a lot of referrals, they know more first-time homebuyers potentially, they're potentially a move-up buyer, right?
No, I disagree.
You disagree? Don't work with first-time homebuyers?
It's not don't work with first-time homebuyers. Because ultimately our goal is to help as many people as we can, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Here's my issue with this. I feel like we're doing things at a different level. And that first-time homebuyer doesn't have a yardstick or a benchmark. They've never worked with another agent before. So we come in and we do the things that we do that I feel separate us from the pack. And they don't know the difference. You know what I mean? So then,
What do you mean? Explain. Give me a situation.
So if somebody, and this is the typical, and agents, you can completely disagree with me if you want to, and if you do, please put it.
They'll put it in the comments for us.
But I think
They're good at that.
They are good at that. So a buyer
But
calls
if you explain everything to them.
yeah, but they only know what they know. So if a buyer gets a hold of you as an agent and says, okay, I want to see these 10 properties, the typical agent goes through the process, maps out the 10 properties, says, okay, I've got 25 minutes a piece for these, and they go through their little tour.
I got 10 locks, box codes.
Right? Takes you a full day, you're exhausted by the end of the day, you want to go home, have some wine, whatever. That's your gig, but it takes up a whole day. Okay? And what we do, if somebody sends me 10 properties, I'm looking at each individual property. I'm doing an aerial shot. I'm seeing if it's close to high tension wires. I'm looking to see if there's a gravel pit or
So you're doing a little due diligence?
doing a little due diligence each time, and I'm usually narrowing that 10 down to maybe 3 or 4 and giving them the reasons why. And sometimes it's, okay, the property was purchased, in 2004. If it followed the market, it'd be worth this. And by the way, they refinanced 2 years ago, and because they refinanced and they're offering it for this number, there's no way that they can sell it for what it's worth.
Unless they bring some money.
Unless they bring money, but then you don't
But
see
you
it.
don't
The
really
agent
know
said
that.
short sale.
Yeah, right.
And what I'm finding is I call the agent and I'll say, hey, we're thinking about looking at this property. Looks like it could be a short sale. And they're saying, no, it's not. I said, well, I'm looking at the mortgages they took out, and it was, 3 years ago at this, and if they paid the typical interest rate and it amortized.
You know what's interesting about that, though, is a lot of first-time homebuyers, if going back to what Google reported last year, that 49% of individuals buy and sell are going to select their agent off of trust.
Sure.
When you're first working with someone, and I've been in this situation where I'm like, hey, that property's unavailable because the sellers are short, right? If us as the agent haven't built the rapport and the trust with that person yet, they think we're bullshit.
True. Good
Right?
point.
They're calling BS. They're like, you just want me to go buy another property. They're second guessing everything in their mind. So I always go back to, well, it's first time home buyer
Or unless it is a referral. If you get a referral.
a lot of times the
Right.
referrals are going to be further along the trust path than
Yeah,
someone
you
who
don't have
just
to work
met.
as hard.
Exactly. But I think the foundation begins with, does this first time home buyer trust me? Have I done enough to build the trust? Because if I just say on day one, hey, you can't buy that property, they don't even oftentimes know what a short sale means.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So maybe it's
what's the line
oversight.
Bob always used? They don't know what they don't know.
That's right.
So we're throwing words at them, we're throwing terms at them, we all do it, and they're just like, what is this guy talking? What is Lucy talking about, right?
Well, it's funny though. Oftentimes, I'll get that call from somebody that maybe hasn't been represented. They've gone and looked at multiple open houses. They just want me to write an offer, and then I walk in, I look at the house, and I'm like, "Well, did you know that it's modular?" And modular's not a bad thing.
Actually, I don't mind
back in the
modular,
70s and 80s when
Yeah.
they shipped them from PA, and they were out in the elements, that it was a problem.
Yes.
So I tend to, I'm tough on properties. So I'm like, I wouldn't advise
Give
you to
them all the
purchase this
negatives.
one. And then you know what they do? They go straight.
They buy with somebody
they'll
else.
Go, because I'll sign them on one day,
Yeah.
whatever, and then they'll go and buy another house.
Here's what we have to keep in mind moving forward is, as agents that are working with buyers, very rarely today are you going to bring a property to your buyer. Most of the time your buyer is finding the property themselves because of they're finding it online. Most of the time. Now,
yeah, a lot of times they don't even want to be set on search. They're just like, oh, we look on our
We're
own
already-
and we know where to go.
we're finding, we know where to go.
Yeah.
We're bringing the properties to you as the agent. Now, our team is
Little
connecting
different.
some buyers off market, so on and so forth. But that being said, across the board, the majority of the time, the buyers, even the ones we work with, they're finding the property first online. It's what are you going to do from that point? What Tim was talking about, how are you going to break down these properties? How are you going to showcase some value as a buyer's agent to build that trust and continue to build the trust over time? The reason I tend to enjoy the sell side more, the list side, is because it's easier off of a couple, or I don't want to use the word easy.
No, I think it's still tough.
It's still tough, but it's a different mindset. Certainly fits my personality.
They come to you a little bit
Yeah.
more directly.
And for me, to build trust in that atmosphere off of 3 or 4 meetings, business meetings, however, in a coffee shop, in their home, however it goes down, I find that I'm able to build trust a little bit quicker on that side, and my skill set leans there. So
I love the buy side.
right.
And I love the buy side because I go on so many listing appointments, and a lot of the listing appointments you go on is giving really bad news. And it's hey, I regret to inform you that you over purchased this home. You just paid too much. The market couldn't support what you purchased it for.
The buy side is usually
So-
a little happier.
So buy side, it's like I can make sure
I like
that
the
they-
gloom, Luz.
make sure they buy it right, and
Yes.
then typically when it's time to sell, you've got great news. Hey, yeah, and by the way, because you purchased it right,
Yeah.
we can now sell this for you and get the job
And you
done.
did this bathroom
That's
remodel, and you did a few things. I think both sides it comes down to, are you building a real relationship with that client? A real, actual relationship, not at the end of the day, it is a business transaction, but have you taken it a step further and built in trust where they feel so passionate about what you do and the service that you provided that they're going to tell their friends about you? Because to Lucy's point, when you get a referral that has been, you've been
That is so
spoken about so
valuable.
highly
Yeah.
that you're coming in on second base throughout that process. Now,
I feel so strongly and I'm so passionate about this.
You work so, I think referrals only. I
I'm
feel
only
like.
going referrals. So
Yeah.
if you were to reach out to me and I don't know you, or you
not only referrals.
well,
That's not
if you
true.
weren't referred to me by somebody, chances are pretty good you're not going to work directly with me, but you're going to get somebody on the team.
Right.
It's just the way it is. So
But you're overseeing everything.
Here's something interesting though. Here's what I believe about a just referral. I think we're different the way
Yeah.
we're doing things, building a team out and getting leads. I think if you're the solo agent out there
yeah, you can't just rely on it.
that is, maybe you've been in the business 20 years, if you're just relying on your referral business, you will plateau. Your business is going to look like this, as opposed to like this. Because of the ability for a new agent to come in, utilize social media, and just take from you and put their business on a totally different trajectory. Fast forward 2022, that's going to be the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Building tribes, building communities, building this massive awareness online. So if you're that 20-year-old or 20-year vet solo agent just relying on referrals, if you're comfortable with just flatlining, cool. But I would expand and go in a couple different directions.
And some people, it fits their business model too. You know,
That's
so
right.
They get to a certain level and they have that balance between, you know, whatever, and they like that.
And
pressure.
usually the quality of the clients is a little bit different.
It may be
No
if
one-
somebody's in the 800,000 to $1 million range and they only
Right.
do 10 deals a year, they may be happy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, it all comes down to your plan. And at the end of the day, this question comes down to what's your business plan look like? If you're doing $8-10 million sale or $5 million sales or whatever, you're probably saying, no, I'm not working with first-time home buyers. I'm referring those people out. But if you're really looking to do units, the answer to this question has to be yes. If you're looking to create a lot of awareness in a certain community, the answer has to be yes, because you're going to get those move-up opportunities. But I think setting the expectations, going the extra step and bringing those first-time home buyers into the office or meeting them out for
And educating
cappuccino.
them, I think that's really
Absolutely.
the first step.
That's the first step, is really building the rapport and the trust. And so a lot of times it's not coming into the office because they feel like, well, you're getting me into the office to sell me. A lot of time it's the M bar to have cappuccino, or it's wherever.
Wherever they like to
keep
go.
things a little bit
Right.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the M bar.
Yeah. Perfect.
Awesome. Drop us a comment below if you work with first-time home buyers. Tell us a quick story about your experience. And that's it. See ya.